Well, hey guys, good Wednesday morning. I hope you're having a great day today as we look at the week ahead, especially across the west. A big heat dome starting to build here as we see a large ridge of high pressure developing, but across the east, the exact opposite. We've got a decent upper low here swinging through the Great Lakes. That's going to drop our temperatures below normal. It's going to keep the showers around. It's also going to keep it kind of cool and damp, really, overall through the week. Something interesting, though, this ridge here across the west looks like it's going to continue to build into parts of Canada. And I do think, though, as we move into the following week, we do start to see some changes. And I think that's because this long wave pattern starts to shift up a little bit. Your flow kind of goes this way. So while, yeah, you do have this cutoff low trying to form late next week. Now, does that happen? I don't know. But even if it does, I do think the overall pattern is starting to shift here with your ridging starting to build across the east. That also opens the door up. I think if you can get that ridging going for some tropical activity to start to develop here now that hurricane season has officially started. All right, let's take a look at the big picture. We've got, again, here's that upper low, and I just want to show you this view before we get going here. Everything kind of spinning around that, so we will have multiple chances for showers, I think, across the east. It's not going to be a complete washout, but definitely wet. And look at the heat across the far southwest, triple-digit heat from the Central Valley of California. You've really got to get up into the mountains here across the southwest to escape the heat. It's going to be hot, too, across Colorado, West Kansas. Yeah, temperatures in the upper 90s, some triple-digit heat on the way today. And tomorrow, not a lot of relief. And to be honest with you, for the next several days, it's going to stay hot here, pushing close to 110, 112 for places like Phoenix and Tucson. So very hot. Severe weather threat today here, I think, and really, too, you got to watch these storms across the upper Midwest. Not just here, but also across the northern plains, and then here into New England too, a couple of storms. But right here around DC, there could be some stronger storms. Some of those could rotate. Low-level hodographs are a little bit curved, and that means the storms could spin up a few tornadoes. So Maryland, Northern Virginia, watch the storms heading into this afternoon. Just be weather aware today. Have a way to get alerts, and also here into parts of Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, maybe northern West Virginia too, as we head into this afternoon. Let's time some of this out. As we go into the afternoon, I think we're okay, though, through the morning hours. Just some showers here. But that convection could get going as we head toward 3, 4 o'clock, especially here into the Virginias. And then our front still back here. Out ahead of that, these showers and storms will get intense. And then, again, right in here, as we move through that peak heating hours of 4, 5, 6 o'clock, any storms that develop could be strong to severe. Again, a few isolated tornadoes possible, and then that severe threat starts to wane as we head into the evening hours. But once we get toward midnight, there could be a few strong storms moving through parts of eastern Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, and then into the northeast. Here comes rain showers now. This doesn't look severe at this point. Looks like just some rain, maybe some thunderstorms. And then heading into tomorrow afternoon, I think you got to watch right here into New York, Pennsylvania, even parts of Vermont and New Hampshire as we see some of that shear moving through. And then across the Carolinas Thursday for some downpours, some gusty winds too. Across Texas, this MCS mesoscale convective system or complex has been moving to the south all night. It's going to continue to do so. It's going to move toward Houston. It looks like it's going to be weakening as it goes through the day, but it's moving into an environment that's pretty favorable. Dew points are high, so I think it will persist, and once it moves out across the Gulf, it's going to fall apart. So some strong storms also could fire here across Texas today, too, with any instability that we get going into the afternoon and evening hours. A warm day across the south for sure. As we head into Thursday, though, there comes the cool air here across the Great Lakes. Another hot day across Florida, too. Triple-digit heat, not just Thursday, but also into Friday. Very warm. So if you're headed to Florida, be ready to bake. And really here across the deep south, too, that heat gets really shunted here along the Gulf Coast. Temperatures, though, in the low to mid-90s. And when you get the humidity with that, it feels way more oppressive. If you're in the south, you know what I'm talking about. If you want some relief, head up toward the Great Lakes into the northeast. Temperatures, high temperatures anyway. In some places, maybe struggling to get to 50, especially into the higher elevations of New England and then up into the UP of Michigan. Overall, though, here's a quick look at the precip as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, then into Friday. There's the rain showers kind of spinning around that upper low around the Great Lakes. We have another system that may swing through here that tries to bring a few showers to parts of the Mississippi Valley and then back down into the deep south heading into early next week. Again, the tropics, don't take this literal because the GFS has a super strong bias to have errors with tropical systems, but it's still showing Alberto. What would be Alberto developing in the Gulf Coast? This would be now Sunday into Monday. And if you remember yesterday, not this Sunday, the next Sunday, yesterday it had it developing much earlier in the week. Do I believe it? I do not. But I think what's interesting is that the GFS is trying to get active with some sort of tropical system in this area, and maybe even two over the next couple of weeks. I think it's worth watching. The Hurricane Center doesn't have any areas they're watching for the next 7 days. But beyond that, I think things are starting to show signals that we're getting active. All right, if you made it this far, that means you hopefully enjoyed the video. Hope you'll come back. If you want to help the channel out, a subscription would really help. I do appreciate all of you who have done so, and I will see you next time right here. Have a great day, y'all.